The Chat, episode 24, Omega Howard Z. That title will make some more sense as we go on.
I hope
So,
so, because it doesn't make sense to me.
joining me this week, as always, is Mitch
I can't be
and
off topic this week because I am the topic.
Larone. We are unfortunately missing some of our other regular members, but we'll ride it with 3 this week. So, starting off, Omega Labyrinth Z Western release canceled. Larone, this is your topic.
America is saved. The anime menace has been defeated.
Yay! Wait, but they just saved anime.
Basically, company that's localizing wants to respect the wishes of the developer, and they feel like they have to censor it too much to make a worthwhile localization, so they quit.
That's nuts. Like, the game was so bad they couldn't even censor it. Well, like, not like bad, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it was so offensive that they couldn't censor it enough to sell it in the West. And this game, also for those who don't know, we talked about it a bit on the show before, but it was banned from 5 countries already, including the UK, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, and Ireland. Like, actually banned by the country themselves.
It didn't get a rating from whatever their governing video game rating body is, and if it doesn't have a rating, they can't sell it. That's how it works.
Right. So
the rating system refused to rate the game.
Yep. They thought that they couldn't categorize it under any of their ratings. So that's something special.
Just give it a good old fashioned J for Jesus and move on.
So if you wanna jerk it to this game, you gotta import it.
So is this one of those cases where piracy is okay?
No comment.
Might be your only option. To be fair, in North America, it's not banned. You just won't get a localized version. So you could potentially legally buy the Japanese version and play it over here. Oh, but it's for PlayStation.
We might be getting a 4th.
Is PlayStation region locked?
No, I don't believe so.
Well, then you can probably still download this game in North America.
Yeah, because I had one friend who got a Japanese version of some Gundam game that wasn't sold here.
Yeah. I thought it was I thought it was region unlocked, but I didn't know for sure. So yeah, that's something. This game's out. Okay.
Right, well, when we start our Let's Play channel, we should start with this one.
Yeah, I'll start with this one.
Get banned from Twitch immediately.
Yeah, hey, that would probably get us banned pretty quick.
Fine, we'll host a PM tournament.
All right.
I still remember that day. We were playing PM and you were Marth, and you were kicking my ass, and I misfired you and knocked the controller out of your hand. Good day.
I don't remember. Maybe I do. I don't know. All right. Well, moving right along. Sakurai talks more about the development of Smash Bros. Ultimate and a little bit into the future, like what comes after Smash Ultimate. So the article is pretty interesting. I'm gonna drop a link in the stream chat for anyone who wants to give it a read, because it's an interesting read. But the gist of it is really one, not every stage is going to be in the game. We pretty much knew that, but not every stage in Smash. Not every stage.
From all the past games?
Yeah, they're not all going to be in the game.
Oh, not all. Okay.
Yeah, which, I mean, no one's surprised by that. That's just way too many stages. Like, there's way more stages than characters in the franchise history, because not very many stages actually like make it from one release to another.
Most of them are terrible.
All the stages are not all. Many of the stages are good, but not necessarily good tournament stages or competitive stages. Now, Smash Ultimate, that's totally different. There's there's a lot of neutral stages.
When are they gonna confirm Pokefloat?
That's what I want to know.
They Pokefloat's
Fucking up.
In ever.
Pichu's in it. Pichu's in the game. They gotta bring his stage back. I mean, Pokefloats isn't. Really is. It feels like his stage. I don't know why. They should bring it back.
I dig it.
It's probably because people do like Pichu Dittos on Pokefloats for fun. That's like a thing to do. But
I have another doubles tournament where everyone has a level 9 CPU Luigi for some reason.
anyway, Sakurai talks about here how Smash Ultimate is different than a lot of the other games, because I mean, as the Smash series has gone on, he's gotten more and more hands off of the development side and more in the direction side, which he says allows him to have a bigger team and do more things, as is with this game. He was basically saying how because of where they were at with Smash 4 and the engine and all that stuff, he called it a perfect storm for them to make Ultimate. Like, this was the dream, and they finally had the exact right resources to do it.
Nice.
So they're doing it, and he said that he thinks that this will be the last time any Smash game will have all the returning fighters like that. Like, he does not see that being the case for future Smash titles, because
I believe it.
they can't keep up with that kind of thing. And welcome to the show, Julian. Glad to see you were able to make it. All right, dead silence. That's fine. But
I'll say something, and we'll be like, Julian, I'm so glad you're here.
yeah. So, he doesn't think that that's going to happen again. And he said he made a little nod to how difficult it is to get all the third-party characters in this game, and how you have to work with every developer and strike a deal. And
so there's Snake, Mega Man, Pac-Man, Wolf, Waluigi.
Wolf. Don't think that's third party.
Reggie said that he was going to he was going to make it clear that the Waluigi stuff was happening. See if he could pull some strings.
Yeah, that's just him trying to get Twitter likes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because that's not happening.
He said, sorry, it's going to happen for next time.
So now he's talking about how anything like this would have been possible in the past. Now, like, they know how to make games a lot better. They have a way bigger team. They have the ability to have a way bigger team and all the memory and graphics power and whatever they need to pull off Ultimate. And he's just oohing and ahhing over that. And
good day for video games.
And also, he said that unlike a lot of the other Smash games and games in general, they got to basically keep the same team from Smash 4. So, like, progress, it didn't, start off slow. It, hit the ground running really fast because everyone already knew, how the engine worked and how to work in the systems and all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
So they didn't need to, re-architect the whole game and all that stuff. And he kind of made a nod that, instead of having to balance the game between 3DS and Wii U, now we just get to make it for Switch, and that's a lot easier.
Nice. 3DS killed Ice Climbers.
3DS killed a lot of things. There was a bunch of stuff Sakurai wanted to do in Smash for a while, but the 3DS ruined it. And the 3DS also ruined the title of the last game. They couldn't just get away with a Smash Bros, whatever the heck they would have called it.
Smash U.
Smash, not quite like Brawl, but still kind of like Brawl.
Smash, we remove tripping, but at what cost?
So anyway, I know we said it before, but this game's probably gonna be sick. yeah, I don't think there's much else in the article. And that way, I think Smash is truly special. Lerone brought it up, like, why is it not called Super Smash Bros. Special here? I mean, the localization team just really want it to be Ultimate. Or what's the deal with that? I mean, Ultimate makes more sense as a title to me, given it has every character in it. But
Right. That's a good name. It's weirdly translated, I think, is what you're saying. But
yeah,
good
I
name.
guess why is it special instead of Ultimate in Japan? I mean, I get that he's saying like the Smash Bros is truly special thing, but that's just it doesn't translate well to a title.
Right.
Maybe it does better in Japanese, in the Japanese culture. I don't know.
And the Japanese culture is usually wrong.
Their work culture is kind of insane. So
Hmm.
there's that.
Hey, you can't get fired. You just get thrown into a basement and told to push papers around until you leave of your own accord.
Yeah, and then like they have like all the crazy stuff like you're not supposed to ever leave the workplace before your boss does. I know that's a common thing.
If you're like 5 seconds late, you have to apologize.
Yeah, and like a lot of it's even like self-punishing, like not even things that the companies enforce, just like things that the culture enforces. Like it's not against the rules or whatever, but like your coworkers will berate you or like look down on you for not holding up. So yeah, all right,
Maybe just some good old-fashioned America.
I'm gonna move on as I run out of words to say.
You see that city? Now you don't.
All right, Bethesda sues Warner for ripping off Fallout Shelter in its Westworld game.
So,
Bethesda
just
claims
to
the
note here-
Westworld. Oh, sorry, I was gonna just read the tagline
No,
real
you
quick.
got it.
Bethesda
first.
claims the Westworld mobile game is basically a clone of Fallout Shelter and even uses the same code. That little bit at the end is kind of nuts. So, all right, Mitch, what's your piece on this?
Well, like the games are, in my understanding, are nothing alike. The issue is the stolen code. Like,
Yeah,
just
that's
copy and paste it in.
That's insane. How did that? How? How is that even possible?
I don't know. But Bethesda really like to sue people. Remember their whole scrolls.
How did they
epidemic?
How did they get the code? I'm like really confused about that.
Corporate espionage.
Like, that just seems so unlikely to me. But I don't know.
Yeah, so there was a deal that went down. It's like, this Fallout Shelter game was pretty good. I'm gonna sell the secrets to our rival company. And it's like that one guy who stole Coke's recipe and tried to sell it to Pepsi, and then Pepsi were like, "Dude, that's illegal, no," and called the cops on him. I imagine something similar happened here. It's just now we're getting a lawsuit.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so it looks like they're accusing them of stealing their code because their game has exactly the same bug as Fallout Shelter with a camera thing. Like, they have the same bug, which that's damn
I mean, we already
unlikely.
know for a fact that you can make the same game with from the ground up twice and have the same bugs.
Oh
That's what they did with Ocarina of Time DS.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time 3D. Yeah, but no, they
They made the game from the ground up and had
Uh-huh.
the same bugs.
Yeah, weird.
This is gospel.
Yeah. So that's a little crazy. Like, man, I don't know. If they really did steal the code, that's just something else.
Got
So
people talking, so they already won.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, people are probably more likely to play Fallout Shelter than Westworld. I feel like
This feels like deja vu to me. Like, I swear to God, we talked about almost like a very, very similar lawsuit. You know, like
PUBG.
like 20 episodes ago. Not even not the PUBG one. Like another like mobile game ripping off another mobile game thing. Man, I don't remember exactly, but if anyone remembers or Mitch finds it in the show notes, let me know.
But that's the Ceiling Warner, or no, that's this one. Let me try it again.
So
Nope. Sue only shows up 3 times in here, and this is one of them. The others are.
maybe it wasn't a full-on lawsuit. Maybe it was a claim. I don't know. There was a point where we just sort of dropped links in there without any context. Or no, we didn't. Never mind. I don't remember anything.
You lying sankers. Maybe it was in one of our lost episodes.
It could be in one of our lost episodes. All right. Blizzard wants to patent Overwatch's play of the game feature, which is nuts.
Well, I mean, we've had, the last kill cam or whatever forever, but it's really something different. No one else has ever really done it.
Play of the
How
game?
would they define it?
Exactly. How do you define play of the game? And I think that's what they're trying to.
Yeah, I don't know much about Overwatch's play of the game thing, but TF2 has something similar, where it tries to show like 1 or 2 clips that were from the middle of the match that were algorithmically determined to be the play of the game.
Huh.
They called it something different, but I think they called it the highlight, and it was usually of whatever player was labeled the MVP.
Okay. Well,
So.
I don't know too much about what this lawsuit is actually, or this patent is actually trying to patent, but I have to imagine they're patenting their specific process used to determine it, right?
Yeah, I guess it looks like they're specifically patenting how the algorithm used to determine the play of the game using the sharpshooter category, shot that's difficult to perform, and how they determine that. Which that actually sounds like very interesting stuff. But I mean, even if this patent got filed, it doesn't. I don't know how you uphold a patent like this unless you can prove someone's copying your algorithm. But what falls into the bounds of that? If you just do something, if you just figure out another algorithm for the sharpshooter thing, does that violate the patent? Knowing not very much about what else is in this patent, but because that's only one thing.
I don't know. And you can't patent the concept because we've been using similar things for so long. There's no way that'll go through.
Yeah, and
As far
it's
as
possible that they would be asked by the patent judge to remove some things.
Huh.
That's generally how these kind of things go. If they try to, usually you try to cast a wider net, and then you basically, patent lawyers will slowly whittle it down to the actual innovation that's in there.
Well,
that's the goal anyway. That doesn't always work. Sometimes BS patents get passed. So
yeah, video games and patents have a very bad history. You remember
they do.
the one, I forget who did it, but they patented the ability to load full games into loading screens. So it used to be able to in a loading screen you would be able to play Pong or Tetris or something while the game loaded. But then some people were doing that for a while, and then someone patented it, and there's well, I can't do that anymore, even though that's breaks the first rule of patents, which is if it's in the public domain, it's fair game. It wasn't even hard to do, apparently.
Huh. Patents are crazy. Makes a point of divisioning the play of the game from other superficially similar systems.
Okay, how do you define superficial?
They're like Final Kill Cam is not, but they're the play of the game being an important kill. I don't know. This
That's
doesn't
just silly.
this doesn't seem like a patent that should get filed from what little I know about patents, but who would to say? Oh. Oh man, it's Thursday. All right. Speaking of patents and lawsuits and all that, PUBG drops the Fortnite game lawsuit with no explanation.
Huh.
So
I
our
think I read
theory that we
somewhere-
dropped on the podcast that it was PUBG trying to get themselves relevant again, or something, trying to get people talking about it in the mainstream again. That might have been it.
So. you're gonna hate
Or
me for this,
Epic
but
is just
actually-
like, we will crush you. You should back down.
See, you're gonna hate me for this, but I actually watched a theory on this, and his main thing was it is actually, since PUBG is based in Korea, they have a completely different culture about these clones, like obvious clones like this. And they actually did have some standing over there,
Interesting.
and and they don't really care about pub or Fortnite being sold in America because most of their customers are in Korea anyways.
Hmm.
And they wanted pretty much just wanted the Korean market to themselves, and they had a pretty good chance of doing that. And then the tinfoil hat theory I saw on the internet said that most of PUBG's employees or whatever, their whole business is owned by the same people who own Fortnite. So they think someone just came up and said, "Stop! None of that. I own you." Oh! And then Mickey Mouse came in and beat up the Backstreet Boys.
That would be an interesting way to handle a lot. Like, you're a company like Epic Games, right? And some little smaller studio is suing you. Just buy the studio,
Buy the
and
studio,
then they can't sue you anymore.
buy the studio, get sued, give money to yourself just because you can.
Like, I wonder if that, like, obviously, I PUBG, I'm assuming, isn't publicly traded. But what if that happened? A smaller publicly traded company and a huge publicly traded company, and then it just, like, decided, hey, we're just gonna buy you.
Well, I'll take this money and goodbye.
That'd be an interesting turn. But that would probably have to be some scary lawsuit. Or they were already planning to do them anyway. Sold 50 million units, made $100 million in its first 6 months. Fortnite is earning $200 million a month on downloadable content sales. That's crazy. So Fortnite is free to play, but makes 12 times more than PUBG. That's wow, that's next level. That's kind of unbelievable. 200 million a month. Is there any other game in history that's earned that much? That quickly? I don't think so. But moving on. Google is planning a game system that could take on Xbox and PlayStation.
Well, as long as they actually try to get games on it, they'll beat Xbox easily. I think the Ouya has more games on it than the Xbox One.
How are they gonna try to get exclusive? They gonna buy some devs?
Probably. I mean, it is Google. They can just kind of do whatever they want.
This, I mean,
They could literally give you $10 and they'd still be profitable somehow.
the idea, I guess, with the Google console is that it would be some sort of streaming platform, maybe some sort of hardware, and
Great.
some reason for developers to want to.
So where's
Go
the part where
develop
you
on
play
it.
games?
Apparently, the
Can we
chatter's
just- can we all
gotten.
just ad- Can we all just admit that that streaming thing's like not gonna be good for at least like 10 years?
Yeah, we need. Well, it depends. Like, the thing is, it's proven it can work really great if you have a good internet connection. Like, that's the biggest problem is the internet
Or in
connection.
Sony's case, ever.
Well, Sony, yeah. If done, it can be done right, and it has been done. And like stuff,
On
stuff
Sony's platform, you can barely stream a PS2 game without 10 frames of lag.
like stuff on
Well,
like
the launch for that on Twitch, great. It was just a bunch of random people who never streamed in their life and don't care about Twitch, breaking all the rules. Like I was watching this one couple, and the girl just changed clothes on camera, and then got immediately banned.
Oh, they actually banned her for that?
Yes.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Oh,
I thought they
Well,
would have
she's
gone all Jake
irrelevant.
Paul on us. And...
yeah, she doesn't have a following, Mitch.
yeah.
If she doesn't earn Twitch money, it's
They
an
only-
easy ban. Streamers who get
There was a whole bunch of
who
PS.
get like 3 viewers and stuff, they like lose Twitch money. like right now, we are losing Twitch money probably. As like
Well,
they need all the they need
Maybe
the
they
big
should-
streamers to carry them.
here's what they should do. They should pair us up with another podcast team of like actually famous people. We can compare our opinions about video games with them.
That sounds fun. Let's get Julian's boy Rogers base.
That's a start.
Yeah, he's
If you
got.
want to talk about Smash and anime,
We can talk about Smash. We'll get Etika on here.
true.
Etika would be a fun guest,
That'd be great.
and then we'll get Shofu.
Shofu, please. That guy owes me $20.
And then D1. And then Scar and Toph.
Wait,
D1's all about helping the little guy.
Screw D1. Let's get this guy named DJ09.
TJ09.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, if TJ09's out there,
Just standing there.
give us a holla.
Menacingly.
We want to do a collab sometime.
Crossover episode.
So okay, the only so you know like Google how they have the gigabit Ethernet in a couple cities.
Yeah, not mine.
What if and never yours, because they stopped doing that. So, but what if that worked?
What if that would be...
Like
Great.
that was good enough for the streaming games thing.
See, I just wish that our country was like a lot of other countries and that they actually thought how they were going to implement the internet. And they actually made a good foundation for it instead of just like selling it to the lowest bidder.
That's not even the real problem with American. I mean, to be fair, the United States, internet in the United States is a lot more difficult of a problem than it is in like Korea, because our country is massive. And the problem is like government subsidies and stuff. Like it's such a problem for the money isn't in the cities and all that. Like that's not where all the money is getting wasted. It's, I mean, I don't know about wasted, but it's all the rural areas, which the United States has way more of than most developed countries, just because we have so much space and a relatively small population for that amount of space, which does make things a lot harder and a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
And it ends
It's
up
rough,
just
yeah.
sort of spreading out. So like even if the government subsidizes like billions of dollars towards it, most of it goes to, the middle of nowhere. Because those are the areas that it's the most expensive to get internet pipe to. So it is a difficult problem. But really the bigger problem is like the ISPs being like monopolies and stuff. So
Kind of being assholes about everything.
like that's not even a matter of infrastructure, that's just a matter of them not bothering.
Or charging for something they have no way of providing.
Yep. Yep, I rarely get my advertised speed.
It's not even like charging for something that they, usually don't provide. It's something they have. It's like, oh, I'm running a 20 megabit wire, and I'm gonna charge you. I'm gonna pretend like I can offer you 50.
Yeah, yeah.
Is
AT&T is known for doing that, where they'll like, there's even some areas where you get your internet by having 2 DSL lines run into your house, and then a modem takes both connections in and combines them into one connection. And then they'll claim you have like 40 megabits down, but your max speed's actually 20, but you can do it twice.
I can't believe that's the same thing. Is it?
It's basically 2 separate internet connections. So like you can't go faster than the cap for one DSL line the way it's set up, but you get more bandwidth out of it. It's pretty stupid. So
I got nothing.
So yeah, I don't know. Tangent. To get back on topic, a big difference between Google trying this game stream that this article points out is, Sony and them, they aren't as good at the internet as Google is, and Google has like way more data centers and push way more bits out to people and know how to do it well. Like, I mean, they run the biggest video sharing platform in the world.
Oh yeah.
It's the second highest visited website, and between it and Netflix, they make up like a very large percentage of internet usage around the world. So if anyone is gonna be able to do it, it's Google or Amazon. Because I've actually been predicting for a while that Amazon would come out with a game streaming service thing like that.
So Amazon's just
Stream
gonna kill
everything
everyone.
else.
Yeah, and like Amazon's been like actually working to try to do it, but apparently it hasn't been going well or something. Cause like Amazon's been trying to get into games for a while. Like they've been trying to build their own game engine. They've been trying to buy top developers. They bought Twitch and Double Helix.
Oh.
But
Oh,
and
then
they have
really good stuff.
3 like full-fledged gaming studios, but they have yet to ship a major game.
That's because game development sucks.
And they've canceled a few games already.
Well, I forget where I heard this, but somewhere some very high up guy in the games developing world said that it's a miracle anything ever gets shipped.
That's software in general. It's not even, as somebody who's working on a software project that's been in development for quite some time and has gotten delayed numerous times. It's software is hard. And it's a miracle that anything gets shipped. Apparently, Google also hired somebody who was a top executive at both Sony and Microsoft as a manager for PlayStation and Xbox.
They got the Oya guy?
Oh yeah, Phil Harrison is the guy.
Oh.
And
I don't know who that is.
they've also been hiring people, experienced video game developers and marketeers from EA, PlayStation, and other top companies. So they're certainly pouring a bunch of money into it right now.
I'm sure that the guy from EA will tell them to just stop, shut everything down, and leave. Throw them in a ditch. And
Apparently, the code name for this service is Yeti.
Yeti.
So,
I dig it.
who knows? That would be. I want to see more stuff like that, like streaming games over the internet and make that work, because that's almost certainly the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of actually getting it to work. But the fact that we struggle with just doing voice chat from person to person, doing video games over the wire is gonna...
I mean, Sony can't even stream a PS2 game, right?
I mean, people struggle to stream games from one room in their house to another room in their house over LAN. So, for the most part, that's gotten pretty good these days, but that took years to get right. Like, now Steam Link is pretty good at this point. But it took a long time to get there. There's a lot of failed products before getting something that's decent. So, it's apparently difficult. I guess unsurprisingly.
That's what they'd have you believe.
I mean, to be fair, games are tough because they kind of need to be like higher quality than your normal video stream. Like when you watch games and stuff on Twitch, that's a way lower fidelity than you would expect for actually being the one playing the game. Like that wouldn't be an acceptable compression ratio. And then you need it to be in real time because you can't buffer it at all because like Twitch and all that, they can buffer the video. So if your internet lags a little bit, it can catch up on the buffer. But you can't do that for a video game. It has to always be in real time. And it can't slow down either. So it either has to skip frames or stutter or it's
Don't they just like
really
make it
quite
work?
hard. and the problem is so much of it is like outside of the streamer's control. Because the whole ISP thing and things going over the internet back and forth. I don't know. Google has the best chance of doing it, but I have no faith that Comcast and AT&T and the other ISPs are ready for this yet.
I don't think you ever will.
Yeah, well, maybe Google will help start putting the pressure on. That's all we can ask for, I guess. Need Google and other companies to put pressure on. Amazon's another company that's actually probably is in a pretty good position to become an ISP. I wonder if that'll ever happen.
I just want some internet that's not trash.
See, the problem is like you don't even want to get into the ISP industry because there's no real money in it. Because like you enter the industry, drive prices down, and then no one makes any money. There's like very little incentive to actually become an ISP, other than control. Which, okay, I guess with net neutrality gone, maybe there is incentive to become an ISP, because now you can make more money that way. I don't know.
I mean, the government already pretty much paid to have everything built. It's just take it over and then be a dick about it, and then we can just overthrow them again.
Yeah, or just make internet a utility.
Yeah, I mean, but
that would
it's
be
not
cool.
Required.
Uh-huh. I mean, electricity isn't required.
Yeah, as I was just quoting that one guy. I think you're telling me about this like a year ago. Some like 86-year-old Republican who was opposed to net neutrality for that reason.
Yeah, internet's not a requirement.
Yeah.
It's like that. Is that true for you?
What?
Pretty sure that's not true for you.
It's not true for what?
Like I'm assuming that senator needs internet. Right? Like, can he do his job without internet? I'm assuming not.
I don't know. Actually, fun fact: my research advisor is actually the one who installed internet at our building in Mizzou.
That's cool.
He and another guy run around and they actually like wired the place up when it was first coming out. They drilled a hole in the wall and ran some wires through it without telling anyone.
That's excellent. But anyway, internet sucks. Yeah, we got off topic, kind of. Google's game streaming thing probably won't work because internet sucks. All right. I think it's time to move on to our last topic here. This really is a short show, for real, this time. And this isn't even really an interesting topic. It's Howard Stern, if for those who don't know him, he is a famous radio host from New York. He's
Tell them
an
how you
ass.
really.
He's an asshole. He's a living piece of shit. But that's.
I've heard of this guy.
But he's famous and he's popular because assholes like to listen to him. I don't know. And he's just basically. I mean, it says roasts Etika. He doesn't really roast him. He more just complains about him being a gamer.
Have you seen him?
And
He just kind of says the usual stuff.
yeah, he just says the usual stuff like, oh, like, what's this grown-ass man getting all excited about a video game? And, oh, man, there's a dragon being added to Smash or whatever. Like, and here's this guy losing his mind. Like, I never get this. I wish I could get this excited about something. Yada, yada, yada. Same old crap. Oh, yeah, and then they, like, berate him for for calling Ridley the N-word. Like, oh, man. Like, and then he's, like, makes some joke about like how he's happier about this than a North Korean would be happy about getting food. Immediately after berating him for using the N-word, is like, that's you need some self-reflection there, man. But I don't know. There's like nothing really to say here. It's just that's what Stern acts like he's never seen adult football fans do similar shit. That's a good point. But oh no, it's video games, so like that's why. I don't know. Yeah, they're just making sad jabs at something they don't understand. That's all this is. And just there's Howard Stern on the screen for those who maybe you'll recognize him. I don't know. He was a judge on America's Got Talent too for some reason. I still don't really understand why. But yeah. That's really it. So thank you all for watching. What am I playing everyone out with this week? I honestly have no idea.
The soothing sound of your own voice.
All right, I will. You know what? Let's just look up Smash Rap lyrics, and let's just do this.
Sing your rap.
Are you actually about to rap?
I'm not actually gonna rap. I'm just gonna read it in a soothing voice. We start the party out the best of friends, and you think the fun never ends. We used to be tight like brothers. By the end, you want to go murder each other. This is Mega Man now. Remind me again, what the hell's your name? No one put Samus in the title of your game. Nice skin, tight suit, where's your pole? Might make more dough without a camel toe. Blonde hair and blue eyes don't detract from your true size. Like Iggy is without skills or class, but you'll never be a rapper with that flat ass. Zero Suit Samus now. My ass may be flat, but don't get caught up on that. You need an outfit switch, bitch. You're looking nerdy and fat. I'm feeling sexually harassed by the brown streak on your ass. Blast your ass back to the 80s when you were relevant last. I don't know actually how this is. I don't know. My flow there was terrible because I have no idea how this is supposed to sound.
What?
That was something.
What? Excuse me?
Mega Man, ha ha. No one's gonna admit, but it's plain to see. You only got in the game because you give the best down B. That's a good line.
Mega Man has a shine.
Your fighting's weak and your moves are shit. Players only choose you to stare at your tits. This ain't a beauty pageant. Ain't
That is
playing with
not true.
dolls. It's time to taste these Mega Man balls.
It's getting worse.
Look at your face, cute face. Man, I can't fight you. This game's simple, stupid. Only little kids like you. How can I fight someone I just want to hug? Now run along, kid, and go catch a bug. This is talking to Villager, apparently. Villager, let's get this over quick. I'm dirty, need a bath filled with all your blood after I murder your ass. I'll start at the top. I hear the scalp tastes nice. Don't worry, Blue Eyes, I'll just try a little slice. Then after your head down to your fingers, cobble them up. Don't worry, I won't linger. Using my scissors on your scrotum and balls, snip, snip, snippy, snip
Okay.
until a blood river falls. I love the fresh smell of blood on the grass. Can't run away 'cause I'm way too fast. I'll light you on fire and drench you in gas. I'll take a rusty knife and shove it deep inside your ass. So I'm just gonna end it there. There's more, but I'll just leave it alone.
Yeah, you can stop now. Oh, wait.
So, yep. Shout outs to our sponsors this week.
Google.
Howard Stern. Tune into the Howard Stern show every day or some shit in New York, if you're into that.
Or don't.
Yeah, probably
Don't have to,
don't.
we're not gonna be.
Actually, I'm dejecting my sponsor, Howard Stern, but I'll take the
We don't
check.
need the money.
Follow the stream.
Yeah, follow Rated Cows on Twitter. He tweets all the time.
Yep.
And you can
look up my Instagram. If you can find it, let me know, because I can't. I don't have one.
and yeah, follow Mitch on Tinder and
Oh,
has this been
you got the wrong idea there.
and yeah, have yourself a good night, everyone. Peace.
I do have a dating show, though. If you want to get on it, hit me up.
Okay, now the show's really ending.
I'll
Peace.
hook you up with the person of your dreams. It's just probably not what you were expecting, because usually it's a gay joke at the end.
All right.
Being gay is funny.